What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to G Miles World Podcast. And right now we're going to be talking about Week 9 NFL 2022. We're going back to the Thursday game because I completely forgot to get the podcast out, so I just added it in to the weekly recap on the Sundays. Going forward, we may do the Monday and the Thursday together, depending on how it works out schedule-wise, but you guys can always follow me on social media at GMilesWorld on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch to kind of know what I'm thinking during the games because I am watching them live while you guys are as well. So we're going to jump into the Eagles and the Texans. This game right here, as the Eagles stayed perfect, I did tell you guys about 3 weeks ago that I still believe that they are the best team in football. I do believe Jalen Hurts, especially after what happened last night with Josh Allen, that Jalen Hurts should be considered heavily in the MVP race right now as the number one selection, in my opinion. The Texans are awful, so we're not really worried about too much in this game. Overall, it started off a little bit, tight, nip tuck the way the Thursday night games are, but obviously the better team is going to win in that situation, and that's what transpired in the game itself. So the Eagles are able to take care and dominate teams that are less than them, and that's the way that you're supposed to be as one of the better teams. Now, the Chargers and the Falcons, this game was absolutely hilarious because if you guys watched the fumble, I think, what was it, Eckler that had the fumble? And then, the guy's running with the fumble, and then as he's running with the fumble, he fumbles it. The Chargers get it back. Justin Herbert is able to make them, put them in field goal range, and the game's over. The Falcons are looking like an absolute debacle in most cases. I don't know if it's time to go. What's the rookie's dude's name? Riddler? I don't know what Mariota's doing most of the time, and I honestly don't know what you're losing out if you actually put Riddler in at this point, because the way that, dude, I don't know, a lot of decisions that were made in that game, I didn't really like it as far as Mariota looked, so like I said, I think they're going to have to make a decision there soon. But ultimately, the Falcons, this was their game. And they could have probably, based on what happened with the Buccaneers yesterday, after the Buccaneers beat the Rams in that last second comeback with Tom Brady, they could have probably been tied, it looks like, in the NFC South. But either way, it's going to be a really, really exciting playoff because most of the teams that we thought were good, they actually suck. And now, this game right here was one of the most exciting games of the day, the Dolphins and the Bears. Now, you look at the Bears' record and you're like, they're 3-6, they suck. But not really. Justin Fields overnight, to me, has really grown into a really, really good competitor. Not only that, Tua's looking really, really good, man, and Tyreek Hill can't be stopped. So these two teams, as wild as you may think it was as far as the back and forth scoring, and it's like, the Bears just lost Roquan Smith, they suck. Justin Fields looked pretty tough out there. They couldn't stop him with the run game. So if they continue to give him that and he's able to look confident in the pocket, I like the Bears' future right now. Like I said, Justin Fields looked questionable in certain games leading up to this point. I really liked the way he played yesterday. And I know a lot of you guys did too. But the Dolphins are dangerous. A lot of people thought that Tua wouldn't be able to break out the way that he has. But this is just an example. You get a young QB that has confidence, and you give him two of the fastest wide receivers in the game that can actually catch the football, you're going to have these problems. And that's ultimately what's going on right now. As we take a look at the Panthers and the Bengals, this game was pure domination. I will note that Baker Mayfield did come in and start throwing touchdowns, and then Skip Bayless was just going crazy about the fact that he came in and threw touchdowns, but it was garbage time. Nobody was really playing any D. This game was over at halftime. Joe Mixon destroyed people's worlds in fantasy. If you were one of those people, let me know in the comments. Dude had 54 points. It was dirty. The Bengals took advantage of a mediocre team and just beat the brakes off of them. That's pretty much what happened. So nothing to really write home about with this one. Like I said, I know people are going to say, yeah, Baker should play. But like I said, it's garbage time. Nobody really cares about Baker Mayfield and what he's doing. Now, let's get to the fact that the Packers, right? This dude, Aaron Rodgers, looks old and washed, bro. He needs to... Everything that's going on right now is really, really bad with him. And I watched very, very closely a lot of this game because I knew the Lions were going to probably cover the spread at least, but I didn't really expect them to beat the Packers because Aaron Rodgers usually owns them, right? So when we look at it, the defense played well enough for Aaron Rodgers to win this game, all right? They gave up 15 points. Aaron Rodgers is looking really average. He's throwing, red zone picks. Dude, when was the last time we saw a red zone pick from Aaron Rodgers? He threw two of them. Something's going on with him. I don't know what it is. Maybe, He won the MVP. He told us how he won it when he was on, hallucinogenic things or whatever. And maybe it's doing something to him now. I don't know, bro. Like I said, don't do drugs, kids. Like, this is what goes on. Like, it sounds funny and everything is good while he's winning MVPs. He looks awful. He needs to, like, they're going to have to figure it out. I wouldn't be surprised if we probably see some Jordan Love action, because I don't think the coach really likes him anyway. And we know about the rumor when the coach first got there, you don't be the problem, A-Rod, stuff like that. So it's a high chance we might see some Jordan Love action. But anyway, the Lions are awful, and they were able to pull it out. Nothing to really write home about with that. Colts and the Patriots, the Colts are disgusting. They trash. Ellinger got sacked 9 times, and the Patriots looked like the Patriots of old, but they were playing a really bad football team, so it's nothing really exciting about the situation. I don't know why people are getting like, oh my God, look at what Bill Belichick is doing. That's an awful team, and the Patriots are now 5-4. Not really interested. The Bills and the Jets. Now, if you guys follow me on social media at GMyesWorld on Twitter, you would have known this game was a trap game from the beginning, because I told people the Jets are playing, they're overachievers. And that pick that Sauce Gardner got, that was just the pinnacle of the game itself. And I just knew after that point, it's like, all right, the game's over. Because Josh Allen, he played like garbage, and he said it in his post conference, that he played like garbage. But it was something about it. Like this was one of the games that, when I was betting, I'm like, yo, the Jets are going to at least cover the spread, because they are just playing out of their minds, and I don't know what's going on. They're 6-3 in the division. They're 2-3, but they're still the Jets. And you know what's scary? They could easily have been 8-1. That's why I was scared. I was like, yo, what is going on? Like, the Jets are really playing. It's sort of like, you remember when what was the dude? I forgot the other coach that was there with the dude with the butt fumble. Him and his brother, both of those guys, Rex Ryan. It's like that time when they had Revis, like their defense is playing really, really crazy. So it's something that we're going to have to figure out going forward, how we're going to make it work out for our mindset to kind of accept the fact that the Jets are winning games, because this is completely unacceptable in my opinion. Now, we jump to the Vikings and the Commanders, all right? This game came down to, the last second field goal, all that good stuff, but it wasn't even about the game. If you follow any kind of sports media on social media, bro, Kirk Cousins was getting crunked after this game. He's looking like the guy that I believe Michael Irvin predicted would be the MVP of the league, although I do believe that it's Jalen Hurts. The Vikings are quietly 7-1 and 3-1 in their division, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it's starting to get real scary out here, dude. Like, it's a real wild situation, and we're going to have to figure out another thing. Like, bro, are the Vikings really that real deal? Can they go into the playoffs and do something? We have to wait to see if that actually happens. The Raiders and the Jags. The Raiders jumped out to a really, really big lead, and then just like true Raiders fashion, they ended up not doing the right thing by coming out in the second half and just not throwing the football. If something is working, this is the one thing I learned, right? As you get older, if something is working, don't bother it. Just leave it alone. The pass game was working fine. You don't need to be scared and try to run the clock out and stuff like that in the second half. Just keep throwing the ball because it was working. Devontae Adams was having an unbelievable day. I don't really see why they changed it up, but the Jags took advantage of it, and they beat them 27-20. Seahawks and the Cardinals. It's about time we start giving Geno Smith some recognition, maybe comeback player of the year, maybe most improved player, whatever we got to do, bro, because he is playing really, really well. And look out, guys, he's better than Russell Wilson. So this might have been a plus for Pete Carroll. For Pete Carroll to do what he did and to say, you know what, we're done with Russell Wilson, and to see how bad Russell Wilson's playing currently and how Geno Smith is playing, this is a revitalization that I've never seen at the quarterback position. And I wouldn't believe that it would be from him. So I'll be the first to tell you, bro, apologies, man. 275 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dude, he had a pick 6, but, he came back, very stoic and got it done, bro. I'm going to be totally honest. Dude, you got to give him some credit. Rams and the Buccaneers, the Rams had this game won, and they gave it up. Bad defense down the stretch, horrible decision making, and you're playing the GOAT. Tom Brady, bro, he retired for 3 minutes, and came right back. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, he went home like, all right, we're going to do this. And then his wife was like, yo, let's go to Whole Foods. He's like, all right, I'm going back. I'm about to play football. And this dude has sucked the whole year, but this win was huge. And the way that he went onto the podium and his energy at, about winning a game like this, it meant a lot to the team in my opinion, and it just shows that his motivation is still there. So I would still watch out for them at 4-5. They're at top of the division. I know it sounds stupid, but yeah, that division sucks. And right now he's the best in a bad division, which is something I never thought I would say about the GOAT Tom Brady, but that's what's going on. As far as the Rams, Cooper Kupp is still him. You know what I'm saying? Stafford looks shaky in most situations, and Aaron Donald got to step it up, dude. Because if you're supposed to be that guy and you came back to run it back, dude, in the critical situations, he was nowhere to be found. Titans and the Chiefs. The Titans had this game won. Derrick Henry was doing whatever he pleased, and then they go ahead and make some really drastic, bad decisions at the end of the game. I'm just going to jump to the fourth quarter when they were easily getting those coverage sacks on Mahomes, and then the play where they all converged in the middle and let him get outside the pocket. Guys, he's shiftier and faster than you think. He's just quick. He was able to go ahead and get him in position to get it into the field goal range, go to overtime, and win it in overtime. Patrick Mahomes, 446 yards and a touchdown. Derrick Henry was also a star this game. Travis Kelce came up big throughout the game as well. But it's Patrick Mahomes, and I'm very happy for him. He threw the ball 68 times, bro. 68 times. They have the number one scoring offense in the league after losing Tyreek Hill. And we see that Tyreek Hill is really good. So this is a really, really big plus on Patrick Mahomes' resume to show that although the player that he has was skilled, he's still able to make these same things happen with the players around him. As far as the Titans go, they look really good. They just weren't able to finish out the game. But I think that they'll be in the playoffs regardless if it's Malik Willis or Ryan Tannehill. All right, but the Chiefs, look out, 6-2, 3-1. I want to thank you guys and girls for listening or watching on YouTube. Be sure to go ahead and subscribe. G Myers World Sports is now what it is on YouTube. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. Have a blessed one. Until next time. One love, y'all.